Alright, so I'm about to show you guys a really strange video. Don't think that this is representative of all Romanian people, because it's not. The majority of Romanian people that I met, interacted with, absolutely wonderful, treated me fabulously, you know, went above and beyond to help me out when I really needed it. I really like Romania. Romania is a good place. Video is short because this is only round two of the interaction between these two ladies. It started when I got a flat tire. I had to stop to change it out, and I just rode down the Transfiguration, but it was before I got to the city of Curti de Arge, or however you pronounce it, and stop at this little, I don't know, like a little market, I guess. In America, it'd be like a 7-Eleven kind of thing, but it was the 7-Eleven of this little village. They had an outdoor spot to sit. I go, I'm starting to change my tire, and there's these two women and this guy sitting at the table, another table, and they're having a pretty heated conversation. Obviously, I had no idea what they were saying because they speak Romanian and I don't. And these women are, really heated conversation. So I go and take my tire off and doing all that, trying to find the hole to patch it. And about halfway through fixing my tire, all of a sudden I hear glass break and I see beer fly everywhere. So immediately I'm just kind of like looking over to see what was going on. And the two women that were arguing, come into my view. And the older of the two, and when you see the video, she's the one standing on top of the other one pretty much. She had gotten smashed in the face with a beer bottle by the woman who's going to be on the ground in the video. And her face was just covered in blood. I had never seen somebody's face that bloody before. And these two women are just fighting. Eventually, the younger one, who's on the ground in the video clip, she gets to her feet, gets away from the other one, goes and grabs a mop handle, and is fixing to smash the other woman with it. She goes, swings it at the other chick. The other woman grabs it, like, out of the air, some Bruce Lee stuff, and then she turns around, breaks it over the other girl's head, and then picks up the freshly broken, sharpened end of the mop handle, and is fixing to stab the other one with it. And at this point I had to intervene because, it's Transylvania. These women know how to drive a wooden stake through somebody. So I go, stop it, break it up. The younger one who bottled the other one, goes away. And I break out my medical kit, and I'm trying to help the other one clean the blood off her face, use some of those butterfly bandages to kind of close up the wound on her head, all that. And everything's going back to normal. Well, as normal as it could be. A few more people show up while I'm helping this woman patch herself up. And one of the women who showed up, she spoke a little bit of English. And the first thing that she said to me, she's like, looking at me, and I'm looking at the woman who I was helping. She's like, You sex her? I was like, what? She's like, yeah. You sex her? I was like, no, definitely not. And the woman that spoke a little bit of English, she's like, would you sex her? I was like, how do I answer this without somebody breaking a bottle over my head? That's the real question, because I don't want any part of what just happened. And other people kind of laughed, and I just went back to fixing my tire. And as I'm fixing my tire still, the woman who spoke a bit of English came up a couple minutes later, and she's like, yeah, you maybe go. They like your stuff. And pretty much telling me that I was fixing to get robbed if I stuck around. I was like, well, alright. And I just put my tire back on, no tube, anything, slap my bike back together as good as possible. And while I was doing all of this, the woman who bottled the other woman starts riding her bike down the street. Tiny little village, there's no way to really avoid this area. And yeah, you'll see what happened next. Again, this is not representative of all the people in Romania. As I was pushing my bike down the road with a obvious flat tire because I had no tube in it, I got about a mile away, and then this father and son, they brought me into their farm. It's like a little gated thing, and they filled up my water bottles. They gave me some of the food from their farm. They wouldn't even let me help them fix my own tire. They just completely took care of me. Totally awesome. So yeah, it's not representative of Romania, but these women are crazy.